Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Just kidding. Sonny. Oh, let me get on and remind Nina. Hold on. Okay, now we're gonna put on some lip gloss and wait for Nina to hop on. Give me this! Give me this! Give me this! Give me it, Bobby! Wow, big ol'. Wow. It's showing me a reminder. Hi.
Hi, how are you
Hi,
doing?
how are you?
I'm doing good.
Hold
How are
on
you doing?
1 second, okay? Just 1 second so that I can remind Jules. Don't go
Okay.
nowhere.
Oh. Well, I was in prison with her, you know, like, or I remember seeing her, or. Ah.
Okay, I'm back. I'm back. So, how are you?
I'm doing good. I just got back from dinner. Went and took my mom out to eat, so it was her birthday.
Oh, how nice. Happy birthday.
Thank you.
How cute. That's cool. It was good to see her.
Not
Alice, stop barking. My
not my
dog.
birthday, my mom's birthday.
Yeah, no, I bet
Okay.
it feels
Right.
good
Yeah, it
to
feels
see
great to
your
be able
mom
to.
and be with them for like their holidays or like things like that, you know?
Yes.
Oh, cute. That's so cool. That's cool.
Yeah,
Well,
feels good.
we could wait a few minutes to see if Jules is gonna hop on, and if she doesn't get on within like 5 minutes, we'll get
Where's
started.
Jules?
She's at home. She has like now's her time because she has school time, so she's like getting her babies ready for bath or whatever, and so it probably she might not get on camera. Like she'll be on, but she'll just be not visible or whatever.
Okay.
Hey, and then some guy all texted me today, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I want to be on your podcast, but I
I
can't be
seen
on
that.
any social media platforms because I'm on parole." And I'm like, well, so what do you want us to do? No, just kidding.
Huh, for real.
Yeah, like I'm like, well then, like I don't know. I guess I could like save it and record it when like that doesn't make sense. I'm gonna be like, well, when you're off parole, come and hit us up, or when you're like,
Yeah.
because I didn't. I thought he would realize, Well, I didn't even realize because uh that it would be an issue, well, because my cousin is in a halfway house, and I didn't ask her because of that reason,
Yeah. Is it
So
is it showing pause on my face or am I okay? Never mind.
no. Pause.
Yeah, it was showing a pause on my face and I didn't know what that was.
Oh, was it like freezing?
No, just a pause sign.
Oh, a pause. Oh, you mean
Like
like
two
oh.
lines. Like I don't know.
Okay. Okay. Hey, how did you hop on? Did you hop on through YouTube or StreamYard?
StreamYard, I went on there but I don't know how to watch like the older broadcasts. Like I've been trying to see if I could go view them
Oh, so let me tell you what happened. For some reason, it did not record. I don't know what in the world. So, like right now, if you go on to YouTube, it's supposed to be actually streaming live to Facebook, but I don't know why, because I just went to check too. It wasn't live, and I was all trying to figure out what do I have to do. Well, because people are supposed to be able to live stream from Facebook, because
yeah, and they could watch it.
I pay for StreamYard. I have we can get a free subscription, but I paid so that I can have 10 people on my panel, and then I can stream to 2 platforms, and then you as my guest can stream to you can stream this to another platform. So I'm not understanding, like there should have been an option for you to be able to say, hey, I want to stream to my 2 wherever, like if you wanted to stream it to Instagram, or like there's like a whole list of them, of ones that you can stream to, and my 2 are Facebook and YouTube, but for some reason it is not streaming to Facebook. So after our podcast, I need to write. Well, because I wrote something last week and I was like, why did it not record? I'm like, we lost crucial content that we could never get back. And they,
Yeah.
but they didn't even, I don't even think they responded to me because I usually get an email and they didn't
That's
even
right.
respond. So I'm going to make another one unless I didn't, well, because you're supposed to write it like in the, like after I get off, it'll have a little comments thing. Did you have a good stream or whatever? And that's where you're supposed to put it. But I didn't because when I seen it, it was there. But then it's not. You and then when it goes off, it'll automatically stream exactly like when we get off, it should automatically be there. Once I press end, it'll go and it'll stream right to YouTube. Yeah. So I don't know what happened. And I told Lala, I explained to her like in detail, but I guess she didn't understand, so it's fine. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
Well, because I told her exactly what I just told you, and then I wrote it, and then I was like, so I usually have someone making comments, but that day I was so like, I don't know, I guess like excited, or I wasn't really paying attention that my friend wasn't making comments. So then I was like, wait a minute, my friend did, and then I thought about it, and I was like, wait, they weren't even making comments. And that's how I know for sure that we're recording. Do you know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
now my friend, she just put a little heart and I know that we're recording. So
Oh my
that's
God,
why
so
I
we're
always have her
recording
do that to make sure that we're recording.
That makes me nervous.
Don't be nervous. Don't be nervous.
I'm not. I'm good.
Okay, so I'm just gonna get started. Well, because Jules is not here, and then what I want to do, just because I'm gonna do this, not so different, but I have a few questions that I wanted to ask you. So, at what and how many times were you incarcerated? Only one?
4
Four.
times.
So you
Yeah.
went in and out 4 different times.
I went. Well, I got 2 different numbers, but I went in there, and then I would like get out, and then I would be out on parole, and then I would have to go final my parole. So it was 4 different times for 2 different numbers.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so like a combination, like it's kind of like an in and out situation because you
Yeah,
didn't
it's a
pick up
revolving
like
door.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, and how old were you when you picked up the first charge, your first number?
I believe I was. I picked up my first number when I was 18, but I didn't get locked up until I was like about 21 and had to go do my time, my actual sentence, because I did a lot of county time in between that while I was out on bond. I got bonded out, and then I had a lawyer. I was trying to fight it, and so I was prolonging a lot of stuff. Which, if I would have known, like
You could have just hit prison and got out right away.
hit it
No,
and
just
just went
kidding.
out. Like you already know, that was my first time. I did not know the system. I did not know how that shit went. Like I was just like trying to every single way I could to
Well,
prolong it.
yeah,
Like the
I think
stupid
we
ass.
all do it because when I waited 2 years in county fighting my case, and instead of just saying, well, fuck it, I'm just gonna go to prison or whatever, you know what? I would have still had to wait because I wouldn't have taken a plea deal. They were trying to give me like 26 years, and I only got 9, and I had a trial, you know, but it's hard to not know or whatever because you get day for day and you're just sitting in there and that's dead time, you know, and then when you get to prison you're like, damn, I wish I would have known, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so and then when you got your number the second time, how old were you?
The second time, I don't remember the ages. Like I've literally like I don't recall like ages, dates, and certain things like that. Like during that time, I was literally just doing time. It seemed like.
Yeah. When did you finish doing time? How old were you when you finished?
It's been about 5-6 years since I've gotten out of prison.
Oh wow, it's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Huh?
Stop.
2017, 2018 is whenever I got out. I can't remember the exact dates, but it's been a minute. I've been still where I was still after I got out of prison. I was doing good for so long, and then I got into a bad car accident, and after that car accident, I ended up falling back into my addiction super hard, and I went. I didn't know what else to do, and then I got a phone call from a friend and stating that they have detoxes in California, and so I was like, well, what else? Like I was like, are you sure? So I went through with it. I gave them my information. They were calling me. It took me about 3 months to finally get there, but whenever I went, like it was the best decision that I ever made in my life. I've been clean now 10 months. I was working at a detox center in California just about a month ago. I relocated back to New Mexico because I'm on a bigger mission, is the way I see it, in that because I want to target a lot of people here in New Mexico because we don't have the help that they have in California. Like those detox centers are so badass. It's luxury rehab, like,
It's
and
like, hey, it's like a Four-Season hotel.
yes, I went to Four Seasons.
Well,
That's
no,
where it
because
was.
I know what you're talking about, and like that's what we should have here for our addicts, because all the addicts would just go. You know, they'd be
And
lining up.
I'm on it. Like I'm trying to see what I could get started down here. Like I just barely got back, okay, and then I
Well,
came.
you should try writing a grant or something. Like you need to find someone to help you write a grant so that you could get money, and then that way you can start, like, you know what I mean? Hey, I'm on that with you if you need any help, because I know that there's a lot of people that there's a
And
need for
like
that, a great need.
right at this moment, like I have a set of guys that I'm working with, and they help just pretty much scholarship people, the health insurance, and the health insurance pays for, because New Mexico don't offer that. So they get them insurance, like a private paid insurance, and they'll pay the premium or whatever. If they're natives, they get a free premium, so they don't have to get paid for. And like we want to help a lot of people, and we pay for the flights, we pay for everything over there, to get into the treatment center.
Yeah.
Like, so if anybody needs treatment, like I'll throw my number up there. I don't know.
Yeah. You know what that we'll do is we'll put you on a link, like we'll put it on behind bars so that it can go out, we can share it so that
Yeah.
way everybody can know and they can give you a call, you know, because
Yes.
that is a great resource, and this is a platform for you to talk about that. That's really
It's,
good. Oh my
and
god.
and I've gotten already like over about 40 people that from me personally, like I'm a lead referral person for the detoxes. So I work with like a couple of detoxes, and I have so many beds that I could fill each month. So it's like I get people signed up like throughout the month, and I just stay on the phones pretty much and
Really?
refer them to.
How many beds do they give you a
Get
month?
the flights. They have like the program down there. It's sober living. They have detox, sober living, IOP, and like for the first month is the detox. You have to stay the first month. They have therapy. They have counseling. They have to help you be able to go through your withdrawals. I was working as a tech at the detox there in California for about 4 months, and after I got out of sober living. So I went to sober living. I did the IOP, and then I went and got my RAD-T license, which is for substance abuse and counseling certification. And I got that license. My daughter got that license, and that's where I wanted to see how we could bring that into like a place here in New Mexico where people could have like a luxury treatment center.
Well, like if they're doing it over there in California, why can't they do it here? I know because
Yeah.
I've seen that's why people like on those shows, like what is that show? The one that they show and the people want to go to California or Florida or whatever. Those are the ones, all the rehabs are five-star resorts.
Yeah.
They're like,
We could open up one here so easily because, like, I mean, they pay like $5 million for a house
dude,
down
I'm
there.
down. I'm down
And,
if you need help. Well, because you know that Albuquerque is a good location, and that's something that where we can target a good population. You know what I mean? I mean, there's that population in
yeah,
Albuquerque.
yeah, it would be great.
You know, I think it would be really good. Wow, that's really good. I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's get back to some of my questions. Now, another question that I had. So, will you tell me about like so when you went in for intake, because you know you're coming from county, right? Did you like know what to expect? did you hear things, or were like, you hear things, right?
The first time I didn't know what to expect. I remember walking down the hallways whenever, like, we already went through the whole intake or whatever. That wasn't nothing. I just did what I was told and just followed. I wasn't, Yaza didn't treat me bad, really. I mean, like, none of that bad stuff or nothing like that. But I
Oh,
remember
because you're a
walking,
boy girl.
yeah, walking down the hallway, like, they were, like, the girls were banging on the windows. Like, I was like, oh my God, I didn't know how to
Either
dress.
row fresh meat, because yeah, you
Yes,
already know.
that's really fresh. I was like,
And
oh
then,
my
and
God.
then I could imagine how they were fucking acting when you
Oh
walked through
my
the hall.
God. Right,
Because
you
them
want
girls are
some?
hoes. No, I'm
You
just
like
kidding.
you wanna fry with that shake, or you gotta fry with that shake? I was like, what the like, it was crazy. Like
It's like a little bit degrading, right? Everybody's all staring
I'm
at
like,
you.
oh
You
my
kind of
God,
look like you're in a fishbowl, right? Everybody's
for
just
real.
like watching you.
They were going crazy at those windows. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's so crazy. So then your RDC, how long did you stay in RDC? And when you were in RDC, what did you do like to
That
stay?
frozen
Well, because
moment
you
that
know that there's trouble. Every day there's trouble in the pita. That's like literally what there is every day. But what did you do to keep yourself out of trouble and to not like create any trouble, or you know what I mean? Just like you like stay to yourself, stay,
the first
play
the,
cards, whatever.
the first time that I went, I was bad. Like I freaking had, I didn't. I had
You're
fun.
doing the most.
Yeah, I did the most. The second time around I went, I did everything so possible to like change the outcome. Like the first time I went, I ended up having to do
More
all my
time.
time and some, and I picked up every write up, every single like thing you could think of. I probably did. I don't know. Like I was just wild. Then like my second number, like I did everything I could. I did every program. I got every certificate, and I changed it up, and I got out earlier. You know what I mean? So like, it's all what you want to do with it. If you want bad, you're gonna get bad. But if you want good, you could do good.
Hey, so you learned from the first time and you wanted a different outcome, right?
Yes, just the total opposite. Like,
Well, yeah, well, because like it is like what you make of it, right? Like
mhm,
there's the opportunity to be able to do good and to like stay productive, but then there is the other opportunity to just like who cares, and
mhm.
sometimes we don't really like see, oh my gosh, is it going to cost us our good time, or you know what I mean? There's a lot of
Yeah,
times that I'm lucky that I didn't do more than 9 years. I did my 9 years, but like I could have gotten like for other write ups or whatever, But
hmm
yeah, there's those opportunities, and so that's good that you learned and you were able to like change things and do things differently the second time around.
yeah.
So if you had to give advice to someone like a young woman who would be listening, or maybe like if they were incarcerated, who's trying to like they're barely getting into prison, they're getting into RTC, what would you give advice to them, and what would you tell them like to do, or like what would you tell them?
For them just to take full advantage of every positive thing that they have there to offer for you, and learn as much as you can so that the time won't be for nothing, because it's time is valuable and you can't ever get that back. So like do everything you can to learn as much as you can from every situation, because like nowadays, like now, from my experience in prison, everything I learned, like I was um head facilitator. I was like I can't even think right now. In sober living, I was one of the main whatever they call it,
Oh
the
yeah, like the mentors.
yeah, the mentors. Like I was up there like doing everything like I could. So now I could use it in real life to help other people and to show them and to work into the whole addiction area. Like it's awesome.
Yeah, that's really great. That's really great stuff, because I feel like, well, because if we could go back, like let's just say that we could go back in time and give ourselves some like uh and say like, hey, don't do this or do your time like this or whatever, you know what I mean? Like we would probably do things differently, you know? So
Mhm.
hopefully someone will see that and be able to take advantage of that little bit, because that's knowledge. Everything that you just said right there is knowledge. And sometimes when we're young, we don't take advantage of that, you know?
Yeah.
We're too busy out there living life and thinking that living the fast life and
Yeah, like you
trying
can't
to take advantage of the, you know.
Yeah, you can't be in a place that they sent you for fucking up and straight fucking up still. You know, like you
Yeah,
got to do something with yourself and do something to turn that shit around, because if not, you'll end up pretty much 6 feet in the ground. You know what I mean? It is what
yeah,
it is. Like,
yeah. That's right. That's right. Okay, so when you were, how long were you in RDC?
I was in RDC for about 40 something days.
40? That's not bad.
Yeah, it
That's
wasn't
not
bad.
bad. Well, because you hear sometimes people, I would did 3 months in RDC. I'm all, what?
Yeah. Yeah, no,
I'm all,
it wasn't that bad in RDC.
yeah. And when you went, was it like, how was it? Was it tier time? Was it?
It was tier time. They
Yeah.
had tier time, top tier, bottom tier. It was chill. Like I remember I was a pod porter or
A
going to
BO
clean.
or whatever they
Yeah,
call them. Yeah.
yeah. You already just sneak out of our
Yeah,
rooms or
yeah.
whatever.
Everybody was one of those because you wanted to get out of your room, you know. Like I
Yeah.
remember, I'm all once there was a BO, well, because there could only be like two from each tier or whatever, and once somebody is leaving or getting out, they're all, oh, we want to be the BO or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I was all, I think I never applied for that, but I did when I was in RDC because I've never been a pot porter, but I sure wanted to be one when I was in RDC. No,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, have you? So, okay. When you were locked up, what did you do to keep yourself out of trouble besides like just like programming or like?
Programming and church and staying to myself. Like it was the best thing just to stay to myself, get myself involved in with the church, and just stay busy as much as possible doing stuff that was productive and positive, and or something that was a learning experience. Do everything that I normally wouldn't do. I did it just because I knew that I would learn from it or I'd grow from it.
Well, that's interesting because sometimes people don't want to like step out of their box, or
Yeah.
you know, they're like when I was locked up, I used to see a lot of women like just sleeping, or like they would just they would breastfeed their mattress, and I was like, how are they gonna get out and function in an everyday life if they can't even function in prison? Or do you know what I mean? You have to get up and program. You have to, because if you
Mhm.
don't, like, how do you be
How do you expect it to
productive?
change? Yeah.
How do you be productive if you're not productive in there? How do you stay productive out here? Or you know, I
Mhm.
guess that was something that prison really taught me, because what I did was I did the same thing. I programmed, I stayed to myself, and I stayed busy. I
Mhm.
was constantly doing jobs. I had a club that I started, and then that club became like, it was like my little baby, you know. I was like so much always trying to protect my club, my clear conduct, because you have to have clear conduct to
Mhm.
be a board member of a club. And it becomes like you have to think about like, do I really want to beat this girl's ass, or do I want to lose my clear conduct? You know what
Yep.
I mean?
Mhm.
So like it's really interesting, because I think like, even when I first started doing time, I think that I should have started programming more. I wish I would have done RDAP, because I started RDAP right before we did the move, but because we were like slammed down a lot. We were not programming. So I literally was 6 months in RDAP, but I didn't get no credit for it because, but I still had to do the chores. They still had to wake me up and be like, hey, excuse me, bottom bunk, it's your chore day. I said, bitch, we're moving. Stop bothering me. No, just kidding. Well, you know what I mean, because
Yeah.
when you're in RDAP, like that mentor, and it's not even about, I guess, because we're not used to that, being someone holding us accountable. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? We're like,
Yeah.
oh, look at that tattletale or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because some people take that shit so serious. We'd be all, when they were moving us out of CCA, the people were cleaning out the machines. And I'm all, bro, they ain't even bringing us no more stuff no more. You ain't even gonna get no more tokens. Like, why you care? You know, like, you're just caring to care? No.
No.
Or you know what I mean? It's just
Yeah.
like those little things, but I think that stuff like that, it makes us better people, because when you're held accountable for stuff, you know, and like me, when I was in the having to go check out my tools, or you know, when you do little stuff like that. What jobs did you have?
I worked at CCA. I worked maintenance. I didn't want to work in the kitchen, but I would get stuck in there sometimes. But mostly just maintenance. And then whenever I was and at Springer, I was what is it? I did RDAP. I did IOP. I was a head mentor in IOP, so I stayed busy. I did I was part of a club, Game Changers. I did Project Echo. I did everything.
Project Echo is a really good like, I feel like even in prison it's a good program. Even out here they have a Project Echo, and I've been trying to get like involved with it, well, because they have good resources, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good job. um were you ever in any fights, any altercations, any
Yeah, I was in
the
fights.
first time?
Huh?
The first time?
Yeah, the first time I was in fights, like I did the whole girlfriend things and the whole like, I don't know, it got pretty crazy. I remember we put the whole facility on lockdown for like a couple of months. They thought it was a big old booty cake Clovis thing. Like, it was crazy. Yeah.
You put the whole facility on lockdown.
Yeah. Well, they did. But yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that whole girlfriend thing's really can get really crazy.
Yeah, it got pretty crazy.
I don't recommend it. Well, you know, when you're incarcerated, it's so hard because, like, you know, everybody's fighting, or like it's pretty difficult. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
So let me think. What else? So, were you there for the move?
No, I went like right after the move, was it? Or no, maybe I was. I can't remember. I remember going from, yeah, I was there for the move. I don't remember which time or when it was that I went, but I was there for the move because I remember taking the
Little bus.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I had never been boxed like that. That was the first time I was like, what is this?
Yeah, no, I've been in paddy wagons before. That shit's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. So the classification, were you there? Do you remember that process a little bit?
Classification.
Yeah, how they classified us. Remember how they were starting to move us from different pods and
Yeah, I remember. Well, I was level 2, so I was.
you went right away then, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I feel like they took Springer in like 3 bus loads.
Yeah.
Well, because it was, I think it was Monday, Wednesday, and a Friday, and then everybody was done. Like, they were done moving people. Well, I only remember because they were like, there's 3 transport order moves. I don't even know how people find out. And they were like, your name is on the second one. And I was like, you guys are lying. And sure enough, it was the truth. They had these transport lists. I guess maybe the property girls, because they have to get our clothes ready, or you know, like it was a big old process.
That was a big movement.
So tell me about what kind of extracurricular activities you did besides club. Did you play game, like like any recreation things, like maybe baseball?
I play baseball sometimes, or basketball, or just I was mostly just programming, as in IOP and stuff like that, or RDAP. And I mean, I would just exercise and stuff sometimes, depending on if I was being lazy or not.
When you went back the second time, yeah?
Yeah.
You were trying to be more busy, more productive.
Yeah, like I was in like I was in the Game Changers, and I was like the treasurer. And I did, what class was it? Where telecommunications.
Oh yeah.
I was in. I took that class. I did college classes. I just try to keep myself as much as possible busy, going to Bible study.
Yeah. I feel like
Got
church.
real, I got real closer to God in my second round. Like I had great people around me during that time too. So like that was always a good help. Like it's who I surrounded myself around is what mattered. I thought.
That's good. That's good.
Mhm.
I feel like the connection with I don't know, a God, a high, because a lot of
Mhm.
people don't even believe God, whatever, a higher power. It's out there. You have to really believe in it, because if you don't, then like how are we could not believe that we were just like created by not we're just here, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
it had to be God or something, you know. I
Yeah.
was really my last 3 years, I got really closer to God, because I had lost, I think I was angry a lot um, for my incarceration, and I lost, I used to, don't think I'm crazy, but I used to have
No.
these vision dreams, like dreams,
Mhm.
and when I got incarcerated, they kind of went away, and I lost my dreams for a long time. And then I prayed and I prayed to God, and I was like, I don't know what I did, or like, I'm sorry. And I prayed for my visions to come back, and they did. They started like slowly coming back. It was really weird, because I thought I was never gonna like have a vision ever again. And the reason I know they're visions is because I had a vision of my brother's wreck, and I had it, and it was like a movie, dude. It was like it's like in cinematic. It's rolling like this, and that's how I know it's a vision, because it's different than like when I have a dream. It's not like that. It's really different. I don't know how to explain it, but I just know, and especially now that I'm older and I've had very many visions, I know, right? So I kind of pray to God to get my visions back, right? So then
Yeah.
like towards the end of my thing, I started getting like my dreams back a lot. And like now I can like, well, sometimes I've always prayed to be able to know what they're meaning or whatever, but I'm a little bit better now. No. I would like to read, because I feel like there should be some like a school or someone, because I feel like I have that ability. Do you know what I
Mhm.
mean? But
Yeah,
I
they're
don't
gifts
know
from
how
God.
to use it.
They're
I
gifts
feel
from
like
God.
everybody has it. I feel
We
like
all
you
have
have
a
it.
certain gift. Yes.
Everybody has it. But we all do not know how to channel it. We don't know how to harness it. We don't know how to, do you know what I mean?
I
And
told
I
you.
feel like anybody is capable of that. So it's not only my gift. I feel like you could have that gift too, you know?
Yeah, we're all blessed with different gifts. I believe I believe I'm on a spiritual mission for God right now as I speak. So like I don't know. I believe, yeah. I don't know.
That's good. Well, that's good. Your
Work those
mission
ones, you know what I mean? Like I'm always,
with the rehab.
yes. That's what kind of like that, with that being able to help people in the same situation that I was blessed to be able to stand up out of. I want to help people in the same way, and the only way that I was able to do it is with God. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I want to show people and give them the same experience or the opportunity to be able to change everything around, like how I am working on and I'm doing.
Yep. I think you can, well, I know you can do it, because
Hmm.
if you put your mind to it, you can accomplish anything, you know? So
Yeah.
I really believe that you can do it, and
Thank you.
I know the rehabs over there are amazing.
Right, badass.
That's so crazy, right? That you would go to rehab over there. How did
Yeah.
you knew a friend?
Yeah, a friend. She linked me with this one guy, and she told me that he had a detox center and that he was working for a few of them down there in California. And I sent him my information. Like I didn't know what else to do. Like I felt like it was a matter of time before I ended up back in prison or dead. You know, like, and I had so many spiritual awakenings before that I knew it was time for me to do something different. Like God calling me and telling me, "Come on, like you got to do something different because it's that way ain't promising," you know. And I'm on a mission.
Okay, I have two questions here. Ask her about her lifestyle before being incarcerated.
My lifestyle before being incarcerated, selling drugs and getting high.
Yeah.
Pretty much, you know what I mean? That's all I've ever known. That's all I've ever done ever since I was around 13 is whenever I first started selling anything or hustling or anything like that. And then I started getting high whenever I was around 17. I started on meth, and it's been a continuing thing since till 10 months ago.
So what made you want to get sober like just 10 months ago, you know? Well, because I feel like there's probably been lots of times that you've got sober, right? And what makes all those times different from now? Tell me.
I mean, it's how many times I've been to prison, how many times I've hit the ground running type shit. Like, how many times, like, I had so many different spiritual awakenings, so many, like, I got in a bad car accident. Like, I don't even understand how I made it out of that car accident. I, I was just sick and tired of that lifestyle. Like, and in order to, like, I had to do something. Like, I seen my daughter, I seen my family, they're just being affected. It's like cancer eating at them, you know what I mean? From my addiction, it's like eating at my whole family in so many ways. And I was tired of being sent away. I was just tired, you know.
Oh, that's great. Well, because I know that this time is different for you. I can just see it in you that it's you're different, you know. So that's why I wanted it to put it like that because
Mm-hmm.
it's something that all those other times that it's something different now. It's your mindset. Your mindset is probably totally different than those other times.
Yeah.
Because
There ain't nothing promising in that lifestyle, that whole hustle. It's a matter of time before you're gonna get hit. It's a matter of time before something's gonna hit the fan. Like, it's a spiritual warfare. It's like working. I was working for the wrong person. You know what I mean? Now, I turned it around. Now I'm working for God and trying to save souls instead of sell dope. You know what I mean? Like, it's awesome. Like, it's good.
that's amazing that you said that. Well, because I feel like that's right, you know, because sometimes when we're living in that life, we're working for the devil. We're over there doing his work and his bidding, or you know what I mean? And we don't realize it, you know,
Yeah.
because we're too busy in the life.
Mm-hmm.
And when we change, and I'm not saying, well, because your life's just not going to get easy. It's not going to be perfect. It's not going to whatever, because the devil is still going to attack you
Mm-hmm.
because now you're doing
Even
God's
more so.
work.
Even more
You're
so.
not you're
Even more
not
so.
doing his work. You're
Yeah, he's good.
doing yeah, you're doing God's bidding, so he's still going to attack you. But yeah. We have another question. How did you feel your first time being sentenced?
Um, I remember I was upset, but I was ready for it. I was like, I was young and dumb. You know what I mean? So, like, I was just like, okay, I could do it. It wasn't nothing like I was gonna be there. A bunch of girls. Like, I was just, I was just wild. My first time, like,
She's all a bunch of girls.
yeah, it was pretty wild. But yeah, I was scared, nervous, but like, I've always been down for extreme changes or different things. That's one of my I'm an adrenaline junkie, so it's like I was with it.
You were like, it's just gonna be like girls' school for bad
Yeah.
girls. And there's gonna be a bunch of chicks there. No.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, because you're young and that, yeah.
Hmm.
Wow. So, if you could, like I said, I want you to talk to like a girl who is either maybe getting out of incarceration and who thinks they can't make it, or thinking about like, I can't do this, I'm just going to go back to prison, it's not worth it. Or I want you to minister to the people who are coming out who think that they can't do it, or thinking that they can't do like what we're doing, just out here living soberly and making it. And
There's a lot of strong women out there that you could hit up or contact if you need help, but like, I mean, just stay involved, stay like productive, stay with your family. Like, time's getting too short. You don't want to waste it on the wrong things. Like, it will always still be there. Like, I don't know, like, just stay strong and follow your heart and your vision. Like, if you have a vision, like, follow it and go hard at it. If you have a passion, go hard at it. And it is what you make it, pretty much. Like, and like, I'm living truth. Like, or I didn't think I could be sober. I didn't think I could make it out here or do something different, and I'm doing it. So it just, like, if I can do it, anybody could do it.
that's a good message. Well, because I feel like sometimes we think we're so horrible, or and I
I
think
went hard.
really
I went hard out there. And it's possible to change. It's possible. Like, we were meant for so much more, and we use our potential, what God has put us, or whoever, like your higher power, why we're here. Like, we're meant for so much more, and don't ever stop.
that's a good message, because I feel like, and I think that some people need it. Some people need to know that it's possible, that I think that's why this platform is so important for all of us, so that our face is seen, and they see our stories. Like, you're making it, you're a success story. You're very, I wanted to start a new thing called like a shout out to the women from behind bars in the 505, and recognize one of our people like every week that's who's doing a good thing. Or like, I wanted to recognize Brat first, and then I would definitely want to recognize you. Well, because of all the good work you're doing. Look, you literally, how many people did you get into beds last month or this month?
I don't even know how many it's been. It's like this whole 10 months I've gotten over, like, I know it's probably over 50 people. And it's like, they call it like the New Mexico movement, like, where we're getting, like, I was the first person out of New Mexico to go to California and go to treatment. So everybody that is in treatment in California is pretty much right after me. You know what I mean? Like, from New Mexico anyway.
That's pretty, like, really inspiring. You know what I mean? For people to see that there is, if we can't seek help even in our own state, like, we can find, we can find it in California. Or if you're really looking for it, you
Yes,
can
if you're
find
looking for
it.
it, it's there. There's help. Like, because it helped me out so much. Like, I never thought I could be here doing this right now, or even talking on a podcast or anything like that. Just crazy.
Okay, I want you to speak to the addicts right now that are thinking that they don't have a way out or whatever, so that way you reach your people also, and you have a message for them.
We do recover. Like, just God got us, and we do recover, and it's possible. Like, I'm a living proof. That's all I know.
That's good. That's good. Well, because sometimes that's great. I'm so proud of you, and I hope that everything that you're working for and all your goals, you're able to achieve them, and you're able to make a difference, because I could see that you're just such a changed person, and it's amazing to be able to see the spark and the light in you. You know what I mean? Because you're on fire right now, and you're starting. What you're doing is you're starting little sparks here and there. The people that you're touching. And pretty soon you're gonna have like this big flame that you started all by yourself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right.
Well, that's neat. Look at all the 50 lives that you impacted. You know what I mean? Those people could be dead, or they could be in jail, or like, because that road of addiction, where does it lead you?
To penitentiaries, or to death, or to mental asylum, pretty much.
Yeah, there's only pretty much two ways out, like dead or in prison, or crazy, and that's not an option also. No.
Yeah.
But yeah, does anybody have any more questions? Or what just says, um, why did you choose to stay out? And enough is enough. But I feel like we asked that, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Does anybody else have any other questions? I'm glad we had questions, no? I'm so glad you joined us, and you'll be able
Thank you
to
for
see
having
it.
me.
Yeah, you'll be able to see it right after. We have a couple more minutes, so let's keep talking for a few more minutes. Well, because we went on, I usually have two guests, but I had you for a whole hour, so it's fine. But
Okay.
if you chose to have like open up a location, where would you want to be? Would you want it to be where you're at, or where would you want to have a like your?
I think I would want like multiple places opened up, like not just one, because like one in Ruidoso, one in like just all around the map, just so that it could be, you could have different choice of where you would want to go. You know, sometimes it's a geographical change. You have to get out of your stomping grounds in order to be able to go down that same road and not get triggered, or to do that same old thing. Like in, that's why a lot of people are like, why'd you go back to Clovis? And I'm like, well, that's where all my people are at. That's where my family are at. That's where I feel like I need to target a lot, but I'm also gonna travel around. I'm probably gonna be going to Albuquerque soon, going to Farmington, and just traveling out there and like getting in contact with all the different females from prison, different that are doing something, or go and see if I could go even talk to some different reservations and see if I can link up with some like key players there that are on the same type of movement, because I know there is. You know what I
The
mean? And
reservations are key
hey, I
because
want to
there's
go to the
lots of
reservations.
addiction on the reservation.
I want to go to the reservation. That's like one of my main goals right now, is to head out there and just to go and talk to people and see who I could recruit or refer out there to California. That would be
That,
awesome.
that's the movement that you're starting, and I know that watch right now it's gonna look like it's slow, and it's just gonna be
Hmm.
a little trickle like this, like this,
Hmm.
like this. But I promise you,
It's
don't give
gonna be
up.
huge.
Don't
I
you
feel it.
you stay with it, and when you open that first facility, we're all gonna be there with you,
That's
cutting the
exciting.
ribbon, because I can see it happening. Seeing that,
Hey.
imagine having a like a five-star hotel as a rehab. Do you know how many people
That'd
will
be
start
badass.
lining up? Do you know what I mean? Because that's what they're like in California. They're not like
Hmm.
the rinky-dink rehabs here. Like people are
They're
like,
not like the
yeah,
state
this is a
reservation.
trap house, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, it would
To
be
go
bad.
there, they're
It would be a
nice.
badass experience. Like, it's going to be a badass experience.
Yeah, that's
Mhm.
what and I think that your movement is gonna the New Mexico movement, that's
Hey.
something that you guys you're kicking up right now, and it's gonna be great, and we're so proud of you. I'm
Thank
glad
you.
that we were able to be the first to be
Yay, the
able, you could
first right
announce
there. Yeah.
your stuff on our platform, because pretty
That's
soon
right.
they're gonna be banging down your doors to be doing interviews, because you're gonna be doing a lot of stuff. It's gonna
Hey,
get,
that's really great. I'm
something, no,
excited.
something like that is serious. Don't think that it's just like a dream. Something like that can literally happen. The governor is giving money right now to people to open up halfway houses.
That's
I'm
gonna be
pretty
bad.
sure
I need
that's
help.
how, like that's you need to what you need to do is you need to look into grants so that you can have someone help you write a grant, and then that's how you can get money. If not, you can go to the bank and write a business loan, and the bank can lend you money, because
Mhm.
that's a business. That's, you know what I mean? You can do a
Mhm.
business loan. There's a lot of ways that you can do it, but I'm sure that you can, those mentor people that you're working with, they can like point you in the right directions on how to do what needs to be done here, because that's something very groundbreaking, and we're so proud of you. I'm just
Thank
like,
you.
it's very amazing to see like the work that you're doing and the work that you're aspiring to do. Do you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Like
Yes.
like I bet you in like 6 months I want you to come back on, and I want you to tell
Okay.
us, no, for reals, I want you to come back on, and I want you to tell us what's going on in your life, and I want you to let us know like
Mhm.
how are things going, and like what, because I believe in 6 months that God is going to put something in your path. He's going to open up a door. Like, you know, he's going to open up a door for you, and you're going to walk through that door because you have the right mindset.
Amen. Thank you.
I'm so proud of you. It's
Thank you.
amazing. Jules says, thank you, Nina, for showing up. This is Juliana, also Jules.
Thank you for having
Yeah,
me.
that's so cool. Yeah, we're very excited and we're happy to have you.
Thank you.
But I really do. I want you to come back for reals in 6 months, and I'm gonna even put it on my calendar so that I can be like, I'm gonna schedule it in 6 months. But because I want you to come back, and I want to see how much growth you've had from
For sure.
from now till then, because then that puts a little fire under you to say, hey man, look, I gotta move, I gotta do something.
Yes.
And it's a little bit inspiring, you know what I mean, to say like, hey, look, I have a platform that I could show off on, you know, and we're here to support you. Anything that you need from us, we got you, you know.
Already, I appreciate y'all so much. Thank you.
All right, we're so happy, and it's fine. You can get off now.
Okay, bye.
Thank you so much. We'll see you.
All right, bye. Thank you.
Thank you, Jules. I was gonna talk to you, but about the whole not recording thing. Oh wait, let me stop it.